Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We're live, bro.
freaking
It
live,
took
man.
it took took too long to get here.
It took too long, bro.
From the acute procrastination, from the technical difficulties. God damn, we was how long was we sitting here? It's 10:22.
We got
No, it's
here.
11:22. I've been trying to set this up for like 45 minutes
Yeah, a
and
little under an hour.
a little under an hour. Definitely when we get the bag, we're definitely getting another camera.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then we have to just
Shade to me, bro. God.
yeah,
Y'all got
definitely.
some work to do. Y'all got some
We had to go
serious
to
work
like
to do.
5 different avenues just to get.
Oh my.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worth it.
No, it's
Yeah,
definitely gonna be worth it. It's definitely gonna
it's
be
all gonna
worth
be
it.
worth it when
But
we
we
get it.
gotta start off by, you know what I'm saying, what we're about, like what the idea is
You want to start that off?
with capital culture. Yes, capital
Capital
culture
culture
exclusive right here. Episode 1, the pilot. That's gonna the pilot.
pilot.
Uh-huh. But
We definitely had some test episode runs, but I feel
yeah.
like this is the
No,
official.
this is the first episode.
This is definitely the
First
official one.
episode. So, we were on campus one day, we were like, we should start a podcast.
No, it's I actually started before
Uh-huh.
we got to school.
Right.
It started. I think it was like
You talking about last semester?
no, like our senior year of high school. We discussed it.
We did?
Yeah, we was on a. Cause remember we was trying to make sure we was gonna be able to be roommates,
Yeah.
and then we was talking about it over the phone. Like, we
Hmm.
need to do a podcast.
Okay.
I'm like, what? Yeah, we definitely do.
That sounds like something we probably discussed, but my memory bad.
Yeah,
No, my memory bad, bro. Shoot, no, my memory bad. But yeah, and then we started getting serious about it.
when we got
Um,
onto campus
we
in the
got to
summer.
campus,
Yeah,
started talking about it, and it came up with the name Capital Culture, and it's basically we're bridging the gap between Black culture and financial literacy because
in
those
your
things
society,
in our
there's
society,
like
it's like
opposites.
they're opposites, like they're not mutually exclusive, and they shouldn't be, right? Um, and what am I trying to say here? But yeah, that's basically what the thesis of the podcast is. That's what we're doing here. As far as trying to get set up, we done put all the bread into it. And it's
And
been
we
a
got
long time coming. We were supposed to do it. We got back January, but then we were like, okay, we didn't get the tripod. No, we got the
we
tripod.
got the
The
tripod.
tripod didn't work.
They scammed us.
They didn't scam us, but they sent the wrong one for the Mevo.
Yeah, they
The
showed us.
tripod, the bundle didn't match the camera. So it's like, how are y'all
It didn't make any sense.
right? So I had to order a tripod, and then the Mevo camera isn't as clear as advertised. So
That's what we thought.
that's what we thought.
That's what we thought.
Until it's wired. So wirelessly, it's not clear. Bottom line, it's not clear. So we had to do the wire connection, right? Because that's how it's the clearest. What else? What else happened?
We had
Um,
to get a new tripod.
New tripod. We had to get the
We
cord.
had to figure out where we was gonna shoot our
Yeah, figuring out where
figure
we
it
was gonna
out.
shoot. Like right now, we're in the A,
Yeah,
but in Nashville, it'll look different because we'll be in the health science building.
yeah.
Um, time, bro. And then my own, micro procrastinate. I'll do this. I'll do this later. But we're here now,
We're here now.
and it started first episode. So the first
First
topic,
episode.
you know what?
You know what I'm saying? Hit that damn
Right.
button.
Gotta hit it. So first topic we're gonna go on is life insurance. Right. Life insurance, life insurance, life insurance. I wanted to start that first because people, especially
It's very overlooked.
is very overlooked, right? And I'll make it quick because we're not gonna bore people to death, but you gotta have, especially with Black Americans, how we're so serious about being unserious. Like you gotta have some type of enrichment. Here it's gonna be finance, but we're gonna loop this into a way that it goes into everyday life. We're not just lecturing you. This isn't just
Yeah.
you're turning on Yahoo Finance in the morning and we're talking your head off. No,
No.
right? So the first thing about life insurance and how I think it's important is, a lot of the times we don't have life insurance and we live rich or we live, we're all right and we have money, but when we die, our family gets nothing. And that's the most selfish thing that you can do, right?
Definitely.
That's the most selfish thing you can do, especially if you're a man, right? You dying. and your wife or the mother of your kids or your kids, you leave them nothing and they're struggling after you die. They're struggling to pay rent, they're struggling to pay bills. That's selfish, and it's ridiculous, right?
It's
The
incredibly
second thing
ridiculous.
is that white folks have been using life insurance to create wealth for generations, and we've been completely in the dark to it. It's crazy, right? I mean, the more I read up on this and the
I
more
don't think
people
we're
I
in the
talk to,
dark. I just think we ignore it.
think it's both.
A little bit of both.
Think it's both. Oh, that's Makai. I think it's both. We're gonna have to get him on here too. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, Makai.
definitely.
But basically, what they're doing is they're taking out these life insurance policies. So how life insurance works is you go buy a policy from a life insurance company and you put a little bit in every month. It's a payment every month, right? And
Mm-hmm.
basically, when you die, you'll get a payout, a lump sum payout, right? So
Yeah.
let's say I've paid into, and the thing is, you want to get it early because the older you get, the more expensive your policy is going to be because the less time the life insurance company has to collect off of
Because
your payment,
you're gonna die.
which is why you want to get it young. You want to get life insurance now. Only reason I don't have life insurance now is because I don't have a job. It's really not an excuse. I need to buy some life insurance,
You
and
need
it's
a
cheap,
job.
like 30. Yeah, I need a job, like $30 a month for us right now,
Mm.
and that could get us like $1 million life insurance policy. So when we die, our kids will get $1 million, and it will be tax free. Right?
I was no taxes.
It's no taxes. It'll
Mm.
be tax free money. All right. But the biggest point I wanted to bring up with life insurance is a solution to police brutality. What the hell are you talking about? How's life insurance going to be police brutality?
Go ahead and expand on that.
Life insurance is a $1 billion industry. I don't want to say, I don't think it's a trend, but it's one of the biggest industries in America, in the world, right?
Mm.
Life insurance, right? Life insurance companies do not play about their money. Like, one of the ways you don't get a payout is if it's a suicide. Like if you kill yourself, you don't get the life insurance policy payout.
Oh
If
wow.
the life insurance, because these investigators, they're better than the feds, right? They
Mm.
don't play about their money. Let's say I take out a life insurance policy on my son and I go kill my son to get the insurance payout. If
Mm.
they investigate it and find out it was foul play, you're not going to get the payout, right?
That's
So
crazy.
these investigators are top tier. They do not play about their money. And you'll hear a lot of people saying they really don't be wanting to pay you your life insurance money and
Yeah,
your payout,
facts.
right? They actually give a lot of people get screwed over by their life insurance companies, which is why it's important to know what you're doing when you're reading these contracts and what company you're going through, right? But like I said, back on topic, it brings me to my point with police brutality. Everybody always talks about police this, police that. Oh, what do? They go up on the news, they go cry, they go scream Black Lives Matter, and they forget about it in a week, right?
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous, right? Nobody has any concrete solutions for it. And by the way, this isn't my idea. This is actually something I heard from the good brothers over there at Earn Your Leisure. For anybody who knows who they are, they will be getting mentioned probably every other episode because they're
Every
probably
other
the
episode.
main inspiration for why we wanted to do this, especially me, right?
Let's go ahead and hit that button.
Right. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure, Rashad Lau, Troy Millings,
Shout out,
the
shout out,
master
shout out.
investor, Ian Dunlap, all those guys over there, all those good men and women over there. But like I was saying with the life insurance thing, right? Most black people in America don't have life insurance. The people that they're killing, who are usually poor black people,
Mm.
right? They especially do not have life insurance, right? What do you guys think will happen if every black person in America, we don't even need $1 million policy. Let's say a $500,000 life insurance policy.
Anything.
And every time they kill a black man, guess what? The the life insurance policy has to pay out that $500.
Mm.
Eventually, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 hold on, what the fuck?"
Then then it'll cause a ripple effect. Okay,
Exactly.
you guys need to be
Right. They're gonna start
mentally
holding the police
more
departments accountable,
accountable. Yes,
because the police departments, even if they wanted to
because
hold their
everything is
officers,
driven by money.
everything is driven by money. That's America,
Everything is driven by
right?
money.
I mean, that's the world. Yeah, but
Yeah.
especially America. We're hyper capitalist, right? But and here's what I was talking with my uncle about. Even if police departments or not the unions do not want to hold themselves accountable. The police departments or the government, even if they tried to hold police accountable, right? The culture that has been built by law enforcement in America is the word I'm looking. If you start holding police accountable, they won't feel protected and you won't have any police. People aren't going to be police because they don't feel protected, right? It's a brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
We protect you. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. We're gonna protect you no matter what, right? So if you start holding police accountable, hey, if you do this, if you're gonna get fired, you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna lose your pension. Guess what? Police are gonna get scared, and we're not gonna have any police officers, right? And that's something that I haven't really heard people really mention
Mention.
because love them or hate them, you need police.
Yeah.
You need police, but you need them to do their job correctly,
Properly.
right? So I think you need an outside entity, right, like the life insurance companies, to put pressure on the union, put pressure on the government, local, state, and federal, and put pressure on the individual departments. Hey, y'all are gonna have to pay us this shit, or we're gonna sue the department, and you're gonna lose, right? You're gonna lose to these life insurance companies. So that's a big thing about life insurance. It's not just money and wealth, but it's protection, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely protection, right? But
That was a great point.
yeah, that's my thing on life insurance. I'm trying to remember. Oh, second thing about wealth and life insurance. I always like to go back to the Rockefellers because they have John D. Rockefeller. He controls from the grave so much of American society that people don't understand. We're gonna save healthcare education for another episode.
Okay.
Right now, we're gonna talk about life insurance. What he did with his life insurance company and his family, right, was what they did. When you go get a loan to buy a house, where do you go get it from?
The bank.
Most people go get it from the bank, right? And guess what? How does the bank make their money? They make their money off the interest that you pay on that loan.
Mhm.
So what he did, and here's what my jaw dropped when I found out you could do this with life insurance. You can borrow against the policy.
Explain that.
And I should have did more research before I came on the episode. But basically what happens is, right? Let's say you have a policy for $1 million, right?
Mm.
And I don't know the intricacies of it, but rich people do this all the time. They borrow against the life insurance policy. So I don't know. They go to some institution, or maybe they go to a bank and say, "Hey, I want to. I don't want to use your money. I want to borrow against this life insurance policy. If something goes wrong and I can't pay it, or I have to default on a loan, okay, you just take the money from my life insurance policy, right? So I'm not using the bank's money. I'm using my in policy as collateral.
Yeah.
I'm not using my money as collateral. I'm not using my house as collateral. I'm using the and when we post this, if anybody has feedback, if I'm saying anything wrong or
Wait.
spreading misinformation,
Hold on.
let me
Hold
know.
on.
Yeah,
So basically, what you're saying
yeah.
is, instead of like paying the loan back, you can be like, okay, just take the money out of my life insurance.
You're still paying the loan back with the income you get from the investment, right? Or you're
Mm.
still paying the loan. You still have to pay the loan back no matter what.
Yeah.
But if it goes wrong, they'll take your the life insurance policy
Instead of every things that you own.
instead of everything you own. Guys, if I'm misspeaking, please correct me in the comments, right? But they'll take the life insurance policy, your $1 million life insurance policy, right?
Mm.
Because you're using it as what? Collateral. So basically what Rockefeller did was he'd get these big life insurance policies for members of his family and they'd put it into a trust. That's the second thing, guys. We'll go into that in another episode. Do not get a will. Get a goddamn trust because a will is taxable. And if shit goes wrong when you're dead, they will send your goddamn family to probate. Do not send your family to probate. Get a trust. Get a trust and get a trustee in that trust. But right? So anyway, what they did, they put
Mm.
that stuff in a trust and now, if you want to get an investment or you need a loan, instead of going to the bank, we're just going to go borrow against the life insurance policies in our trust. And the interest on that is going to be paid to what? The trust. So now the trust is growing. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the more I read and the more I learn what rich people, but historically white people, because white people have controlled all the wealth in this country. But since before and after we got emancipated, it's ridiculous. It's levels to it. It's levels to it, man. So, you know,
It's crazy.
people really got to do their homework because when you don't do it, you're hurting your kids, bro. You're hurting your grandkids, man. It's really bad. Imagine because if like it's literally that simple. You die and you make your family millionaires if you play your cards right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That can pay for college. That can pay for your funeral costs. A lot of people can't pay for funeral costs. Funerals are expensive.
Very expensive.
Funerals are like crazy expensive. You're not.
Caskets are like 10,000
Oh my god, it's
starting.
ridiculous. Starting, it's crazy,
Yeah.
and people don't know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that brings me to the next point, right? Decisions, the decisions we make now. Your boy, Ja Morant.
Definitely.
Oh my God. Talk about this guy. Talk about this, man.
Man, I I don't understand the logic between, like, if you're in a certain situation or a certain place in your life,
Mhm.
why kind of go back and glorify
Right.
that kind of life? Because the people who are in that life
Right.
will do anything.
Anything. They say you see these jokes are saying he's the first guy to try to get out of to make it out the NBA.
Yeah, like that's
He
insane,
got
bro.
suspended indefinitely.
I mean, but he's a grown ass man though. I mean, if you but is it because he was towing the gun or
So, okay, so it's been a couple
explain this?
things. He was
Explain it.
originally getting investigated for beating up a 17-year-old,
Yeah,
right?
I heard
And
that.
there are a couple other incidents the NBA has swept under the rug that we're not gonna talk about, right? But now they just suspended him indefinitely because on live, he was in a club with a gun on live, right? Now listen, everybody says he's not from the hood. I know he has his dad in his life, which I want to give his. He's a grown man,
He's a
and these are
grown
his
ass
own
man.
decisions. I'm not blaming his dad.
Yeah,
Side eye to his dad. What are you doing?
yeah.
Right?
I mean, but I don't think that has anything to do with his
Right.
father.
No,
I think okay, because look,
I don't know how he grew up,
I
but
don't know
dude,
how
you're in
he
the
grew up.
NBA. You worth $200 million.
Well, well, I was on TikTok and then this guy he kind of broke it down. I just messed
Right.
up my slides. He kind of broke it
Go
down.
ahead.
He kind of broke it down to where like how the media was kind of pushing this agenda. Okay, so let me
Right.
break it down. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
So basically, that video that went viral, like, oh, you go to a private school, it's a predominantly black
Right.
high school,
Okay.
right?
Right.
And then we went to
Oh my
we
god.
went to we went to middle school and
Everybody
high
from
school.
the A, we went to West. We graduated from Westlake.
Westlake.
Y'all already know the Westlake
Yeah,
stereotype.
man.
But for anybody who's not from Atlanta, for our viewers who aren't from Atlanta, let's explain to them the
Go
dynamic.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you do that one.
So we live in the blackest city in America. It's called South Fulton. Literally,
South
go
Fulton.
look it up. It's the blackest city in America. But when people come here and they're not from Atlanta, it's very affluent,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you guys watch all my BMF fans, when Meech went down there, he said, "Man, it's like everybody's like the Black Huxtables down here,
Man, what?
right?"
Riding in Benzes,
Right.
BMWs,
It's an
everything.
affluent black place. It's literally the black mecca, right? But we live in South Fulton. It's like the south side of Atlanta, Georgia, and the schools there aren't that great. Now we could go and talk about reasons. We're not going to get into that, but the people there, and it's not. You have poor people everywhere you go. Don't get me wrong.
Let's just say they're just a product of
If
their
you look,
environment.
yeah, if you look at the environments that schools are in, or the communities that schools are in that are all black, anywhere else in the country, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, the kids who go here are not it, what's the word? You always have kids who are in poverty at your school, but the kids who go to school in South Fulton are not.
It's there. I mean, there's always gonna be
Yeah,
those who are actually are, but then there's gonna be people who
right.
think that's cool and they
Yeah,
try to like be down with it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. They're not, struggling to eat. Now, of course, the
Yeah.
exceptions aren't the rule, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a generally affluent. Everybody's either affluent or you're all right. But we go to Westlake. We go to the most affluent school in our cluster, in our
Mm-hmm.
district, and the kids there, they wanna act hood and be down and be
Yeah.
gang, and it's kinda like an ongoing joke in
Yeah.
Atlanta, especially in South Florida. "Man, them Westlake dude, why they wanna act
Yeah.
like," right? I mean, like your dad's a doctor, your mom's a lawyer, and you wanna be mob,
Yeah. It's
or you wanna
weird.
be blood, you wanna be down,
It
bro,
it's
what's wrong
weird.
with you?
And so like
It's
I don't
craziness.
I don't personally know Ja's
Yeah,
situation or
yeah,
how he grew up,
right.
but I know he did go to a predominantly black school.
Uh-huh,
So I don't think that he trying to get out
right.
because they said the same thing about what's his name? He played for the Washington Wizards.
John Wall.
John Wall.
John Wall's from even the but and here's what I'm saying, and I think it's a bigger issue because it's still a corporation and you're still a corporate employee and you're supposed to carry yourself a certain way.
Definitely.
But John Wall is from the John Wall, Derrick Rose. These guys are actually from the truth. So even if when he was throwing up gang signs, which he shouldn't have done,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Act like you've been somewhere.
Yeah.
That's where he's from. I don't know where Josh from. I'm not gonna act like I know the guy's whole life,
Yeah.
but you're worth $200 million
You shouldn't be
and you're removed
bottom
from
line, you
you,
shouldn't be
what are you doing?
yeah, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You
You,
shouldn't be
you know what I'm
toting a
saying?
gun on the internet.
Or even with his Twitter comments, been on that, still on that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, bro,
I
what are
don't know
you
why.
doing? What are you doing?
Personally, I wouldn't if I had that kind of money or
Yeah.
if I'm in
Uh-huh.
that kind of certain
Yeah.
situation, I wouldn't even respond to shit like
It's
that.
like, come on. And see, here's something that people aren't talking about that's interesting to me. I think this has nothing to do with intelligence. This is a dynamic that exists with a lot of our black men acting like they're from the hood and they're nowhere near it. It's like you don't have to put up this tough guy persona. But why do we as black men feel the need to put on this tough guy persona? You know what I'm saying? And
I feel
take it
like
to the
we
10th degree.
I feel like they do that
Yeah.
because they feel as if they need to do it to be respected.
Yeah. Right. I agree with that.
When in actuality,
Mhm.
when you don't do anything, it
Right.
shows that you have more self
Yeah.
discipline, which equals more respect. In my eye, that's how
Yeah.
I look at it. Like if I
Right.
see a fight about to happen, I see the brother like, okay, I ain't like
Mhm.
not even stunned.
Right.
Then I'm like, okay, cool. He
Ex
must have real life business to handle, real
Mhm.
things to worry
Yeah.
about
Exactly.
instead of little shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I mean, whole
that's
general
how I look at certain things. I don't know
and it's messing up your money, bro.
because now he's suspended.
You're indefinitely. And he was just about to drop his Powerade. The Powerade campaign was supposed to drop on the day he got suspended. And then another thing is like, bro, anytime white folks, and we're talking about white folks, not because we're looking for their validation, but because you're in a white corporation and they control the money in this space, right? They they bolt or they're spooked at anything that has to remotely do with violence.
Yeah,
You messing up the bag, bro. You
yeah,
messing up the bag. You know what I'm saying? And I see these comments, it's like that gives you so much more respect for what LeBron has done. No dad, come from the trenches, and he hasn't made a mistake.
yeah.
He ain't messed up yet.
I don't
He ain't
think
mess
he
up.
will.
He won't.
He won't.
It gives you so much more respect for what this dude did. It's crazy.
And I don't understand why people always hating on him though. Like
People
Skip,
hate. Oh my god, bro.
like what's wrong with that man?
Skip. I don't want to talk about. Oh my god.
Who else?
Stephen A.
Who else is
Skip.
who else is a professional Braun hater?
Oh, you talking about Brian haters? Okay, my fault. I'm thinking you talking about Shannon. Skip. It's a lot of people. It's black people be hating on LeBron.
I don't understand.
Like
I look up to him.
it's black people who be hating.
He
It's
one he's
ridiculous.
been with the same lady since he was in high
It's
school.
possible, and they doing their thing.
They're doing their thing and they look good.
They look
They
good.
look real good. You feel what I'm saying?
Look
And they have
good.
and they
Savannah
have
MVP.
man
Savannah
what?
top 10. Oh, for Savannah.
Man what?
Respectfully,
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 no
right?
no disrespect to that.
Yeah, I mean, data ain't
I aspire to, you
facts.
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Especially in my profession.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need cuz to those who don't know, I'm a music producer
Right.
and I'm an aspiring music producer.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely want to make this like my lifelong career.
Mm-hmm. It will be. Yeah.
And in this industry, the music industry, there's a lot of vultures.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a solid base,
Mm-hmm.
you will get sidetracked. And I've seen it happen.
Facts. You know how they say, "Show me your friends, I'll show you your future."
Yeah,
Show me your woman, I'll show you your future, bro.
man. What
If anything can derail you quickly, bro, it's that woman you choose, bro.
man? I didn't. You ever been derailed by a girl before? I've been.
Trying to think.
I've been derailed. Way derailed. I remember.
No, not because I'm infallible, but only because it's never gotten that serious.
Mhm.
One of the girls I was talking to, so it never got to a point where skipping class or
Oh no, I was
being
never like that.
disrespectful. Yeah,
It
you
was
never.
more of a like the way I felt,
Yeah,
kind of down bad, you know.
right. Yeah,
But I feel like every man needs to go through that. It builds
yeah.
character though.
It does build character. It's gonna happen.
I was just talking about this with my girlfriend's mother.
Uh huh.
I was telling her about like how my situation with my ex, how she cheated, how like
Um.
that transformed everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's something.
Yes, it definitely is something.
That's definitely
But
something.
no, that just goes to show that that builds it just builds character. But
Facts.
back to Ja Morant though,
Ja
bro.
Morant, like I don't know what he like
I don't understand why. I feel like because I mean I can understand why he did it. He's in the moment, he's in the club. You know what I'm saying?
with the gun.
That's what society is pushing. You know,
Uh huh.
and I understand, but it definitely costed him some bread. And I hope he can learn from this situation and benefit off of it by not doing this again.
It's gotta be smarter because image is everything,
Image is
bro.
everything.
And bro, and when you understand what he's doing, it's embarrassing. I get secondhand embarrassment seeing him say the things he says, and obviously he doesn't see it,
He doesn't. He obviously doesn't see
like with those Twitter comments or like stuff he said. The way it's like, bro, like you worth you just got a $200 million deal, and you're probably worth over $1 billion to your franchise if we're being real. Because who cared about the Memphis Grizzlies before Ja got there?
it. Exactly.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody cared about the Grizzlies, guys. Don't sit in front like you did. Nobody cared
You
about
know
the
what this reminds me of?
how much.
Allen Iverson.
Why you say that? Because I think Iverson's situation was a little bit different.
It was a little bit different, but the way that they're kind of looking at him kind of reminded me of how they looked at Allen because of like the like I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care
Yeah.
what y'all think. I'm gonna do me kind of attitude.
You think that's I think this is completely
This is
different.
different
Like
though.
Iverson was challenging the whole fashion thing with David Stern trying to say, "Oh, you gonna do this? You gonna wear this?" It's like, what is my swag?
Yeah.
What is what I'm wearing? My do rag and my braids have to do. I think the Iverson thing. I think it was different. I'm gonna have to disagree. I think Iverson thing was different,
It was
and I think
different.
Ja made his own bed. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I mean they both kind of made their own bed if you think about it.
nah,
Cuz
Iverson
he
was,
kind of chose to wear what he wanted to wear.
but he was making a statement.
Yeah.
He was the most influential player in the game at that time. I think if you wanted to compare this to the Jalen Rose situation when he was younger, or the Gilbert Arenas situation when he was younger,
What happened to Jalen Rose?
limited scope. But Jalen Rose was just into some things, like he was talking about it. Like he got caught in a drug raid, like
Mm.
just doing certain things he shouldn't have been doing.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know
Gilbert
about that.
Arenas brought a gun to practice, so I
Yeah, he
think this
should.
is closer to them. But I mean, just decisions, bro.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing?
Yeah, you shouldn't be even promoting that.
I don't
Cuz
know.
all that's doing is damaging cuz now you got these little boys.
Thinking that, oh, I can do this and still make it to
You
the
know what I'm saying? In actuality, you need to just leave that and
right,
focus on what really matters cuz at the end of the day,
right.
you're going to die by yourself.
You're gonna
You're
die
not
by
going to
yourself.
die with the gun. You're not going to die with these
Mm,
with the flag. You know what I'm
right.
saying? After you did it, shit doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
So it's like you gotta really like think
Your
about
legacy
your
is
legacy,
forever.
bro. You gotta
It's
really think
forever,
about
bro.
that stuff, that kind of stuff.
Like, and I mean, and goes back to a simple lesson. And I know I sound old, but like watching what you post, it's never deleted.
Your digital
Your
footprint.
digital footprint, like the stuff I see some of these guys posting on, people posting on TikTok, like, bruh, like
We talked about that
we
one.
said, like digital footprint
Digital footprint is in.
is crazy.
That's
Like,
why I'm so careful when I put out there.
yeah, bro.
You never know who's watching.
Facts. I got a picture came up of me doing that. What's that pose them girls do? It was in middle school. I was trolling. What's that pose them girls do?
Something with the
Like,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
and
yeah yeah.
somebody, I'm like, dang, this picture. Somebody still got this picture. I'm knowing when I get big, it's gonna come out. It's
It's
gonna be
gonna come out.
embarrassing.
It's gonna be
It's not nothing crazy, but I
yeah
know it's gonna be embarrassing.
yeah
Like,
of course.
you know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, other guys,
Yeah, nah, they be going
like,
crazy.
it's gonna be tripping. I mean, like, Ja Morant, he's still gonna have a career.
Of
Still gonna make
course.
$200 million.
I feel like everything happens for a reason. I feel like
Yeah.
he's young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all young,
Facts.
but I feel like he's still very early
Yeah.
in his career.
Yeah. He's 23, I want to say.
And oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah, I
we're
think
not
he's
that far in
23.
age, but
We're not.
I just feel like everything's just a big lesson
Yeah.
because
But it's unfortunate he
it's
had to learn
unfortunate.
his lesson and get disciplined in public. Like,
Yeah, you never want to be disciplined in
oh
public.
my God, man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a sucky situation, but I mean, like you said, you made your bed.
Major bet you gotta land it.
You gotta sleep in it, bro.
You gotta land. But I mean, I just look at stuff. I'm like, what is he thinking? Like,
But I still respect him though. I
what you
still
mean?
I still respect
As a player?
as a player.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's a great player.
he's a great
He's
player.
extremely talented.
I
He'll,
just
he'll be fine.
I feel like he's gonna learn from this situation to elevate himself.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I look at it, especially other black men. You never
Yeah,
want to, yeah,
right.
you know.
Not tearing him down.
No. I'm not saying
Not
we're
at
tearing
all.
them down.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like we just gotta be able to take accountability for
yeah.
what you did. And
I do wonder who's talking to him.
yeah, me too.
Like, cause I know the organization has sat this guy down. I know his PR, his agent. I somebody and somebody had to sit him down. I refuse to believe that his teammates, that his coach, that his agent,
Just
that the
let them,
people around him,
just let them do what they.
the franchise,
Yeah,
like there's definitely been warnings. I think there's definitely been warnings. You can't tell me that there had to be a warning. Like I think this is him also being stubborn.
yeah.
And
He's probably being stubborn
yeah,
due to all the success coming to him. Oh, I'm on top of the world.
facts.
This shit can't mess with me.
But it's like
And it just backfired.
I would hate for a black kid growing up seeing this thinking, oh, I could do like no, you ain't Ja.
No.
You know what I'm saying? a lot of the time, black men, you really don't get mistakes. You don't get to make those
And it's
mistakes.
not even just him on the line. His sister plays ball too.
Right.
Looks just like him at that.
Well, they look carbon copy. Somebody said that she looked like Ja with a lace front. She looked just like this man.
Literally though.
Look like Ja with a lace front for real. Like,
That's crazy.
but yeah,
I mean,
bro,
it's not even
chances.
just him anymore.
Mm, it's
It's his
not.
family,
It's his image,
image, bro,
image of.
legacy.
We were just talking about your face card. What was the quote? It was like, see,
We wrote then I
you told me, and I wrote it down, bro. I wrote it down. This is Zion Hall's quote. You use this, I'm suing you. Right?
okay.
Quote is, hold on. Quote was right. Here it is. Your face card is everything. Watch where you swipe it, bro. Watch where you swipe it.
I came up with that.
He came up with it. Bang, bang, bang.
Nah.
Yeah, watch where you swipe it.
I'll give you credit for that. Nah,
Yeah,
that's definitely a powerful quote, man. Like, you definitely gotta watch where you. It's just like watch where you
come on.
watch what you put in your brain. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Face card is everything, everything,
Yeah,
everything,
I'm getting so
everything,
many
bro.
emails right now.
And I remember one time this this black guy told me, and he was like, the way it's set up, bro, being successful as a man, especially a black man, is not even making sure I'm making the right decision, right decision, right decision, do this, do this, do this, right? A lot of the time, it's just not making the wrong decisions in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You're not having babies too early, and you're not having babies with the wrong woman, right? You're not making a horrible financial decision, right? You're not, you know what I'm saying? Just not making the wrong decisions,
You
and
want to
you'll
hear
be
something?
better off, huh?
You want to hear something funny?
What?
Me and Jack, we went to a party,
Right,
right?
right,
And this guy,
mhm,
we were just chopping it up. We were just chopping it up with him. He had on this Gucci jacket.
right,
It was fire.
mhm,
Like, yo, that Gucci jacket hard. Da, 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 da.
yeah,
I was like, how much? And I think he asked him, how much did you pay for that? He was like, man, I got it for my birthday.
mm.
It was $5,200. $5,200, bro. He wanted to treat himself, so he wanted to buy himself a Gucci jacket.
We're broken, like.
Bro, I was like,
We're
what?
broken in the mind, bro.
Bro, that's a down payment
It's a down payment.
for
He could
a car.
literally go get an FHA loan and use that as a down payment on a house, a car,
A Gucci jacket.
a business.
He was like, yeah, I mean, only 10 of them were made, and little baby has one. What? What?
That was
That
that
was
was perfect.
perfect. Like, bro,
5,200, bro.
that's a down. You could have got yourself a crib,
But we
bro.
don't understand the value of money, bro. Like
Bro,
I remember that program I went to, Governor's Honors Program,
yeah.
GHP, alumni. You're looking at one. Anyway, anyway, we're talking to these kids. We're all talking to all the black kids, right? Again, these are the most intelligent people I've ever met in my life. And one kid was like,
I wish I went to that.
they were talking about reparations. Yeah,
Uh,
like you could have. It's ridiculous. You could have went because they had a music. It's ridiculous.
man.
We're not gonna start blasting Westlake for that. That's another day.
What year was that?
This was the summer of 2020.
The summer
This
before
is 2022. This is the summer of 2022. So this was last summer.
before you went to school, college,
No, this is summer 2021. I'm tripping. This is before our
senior.
senior year of high school, summer 2021. But yeah, you could have went. But that's another topic for
That's
another day.
another topic.
But I was talking to all these black kids about reparations, right? And this was when I was really starting to get into finance and how money works. And they were saying,
How
well,
important it is.
yeah, how important it is and how it's not about the dollar amount, but it's the knowledge. I can give you $1,000,000, but if you don't know what to do with that $1,000,000, you're gonna squander it. Look at the average lottery winner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
And this one kid was saying, "Well, I believe that reparations should be paid in cash to every black person." And I'm like, "Listen, there should be a cash payment for reparations, but giving black people in the state that we're in a lump sum of cash is the worst thing you could do for black people." Prime example: PPP loans.
Mm.
Look at what, and I don't have the numbers, but a lot of the people who I saw who were getting PPP loans, what did they do with these things? Where's the money? We're buying cars, right? And these are the extremes. These are not all everybody.
Yeah. These are the
They're buying cars, or
dummy.
we're spending it in a club, right? Or we're doing this and we're doing that. We look at the average black American,
Let me ask you a question.
right?
So so anybody could have got a PPP loan.
Could have got a PPP loan. They said they're coming back for people. I don't really think they are. We'll have to see. Only time could tell.
Mm,
But if you would have got the PPP loan and say started a business and they come back a couple of years later, hey, where's the business that you said? And you got a business to show for it.
mm,
They, you know what I'm saying? Probably would have let you slide because like they're not cracking down on it like they said they would.
yeah.
Or like let's say I get a big PPP loan, I do the scam and I use the money to pay off debt, right?
Mm,
I paid off my debt, which in at face value, oh that's good, you paid off debt,
yeah.
right? But then you don't know how to use a credit card, you don't know how to build credit. An emergency comes up, you use your credit card, which I really disagree with the narrative that you're supposed to use credit cards for emergencies. It's not good, right?
No.
And then you can't pay out of it. You're right back in
You
debt.
need to use it frequently
Frequently to
to
build
build it.
credit, right? To build
And I
credit.
just got a credit card too, like a
Exactly.
few days ago.
Good. Hmm.
I'm about to get
Stay
gas.
under 12% usage
Yeah.
a month. Under 12%. Yep. But and we definitely got to write this down. We got to talk about credit on another episode.
It's probably
But
just when
yeah,
we can get back to school.
definitely. And you know what I'm saying? You pay down your debt, but if you knew how money works, there is ways that you could have leveraged that money. You could have started a business, you could have invested it, and then use the income coming from the asset, or the money that you made to pay down the debt, and you still have something to yourself on the side,
Hmm.
right? But a lot of time we don't know. We don't have this financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's not just money. It's like we really do not know the value of a dollar. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just feel like it's one. I feel like we are at a disadvantage, but it's just like how we was talking about TSU. It
Hmm.
starts with you.
Right.
You gotta kind of like want to learn it.
Exactly.
You know, you
Hmm.
can't just keep blaming it. Cause yeah, we definitely are put in disadvantage, like I
Right.
said. But we have to kind of show forth
Facts.
effort to want to learn it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We as a community also don't take a lot of accountability.
We don't.
We don't. We really don't take accountability like we should. We don't.
And you know what I think we're gonna need to go to? You
What?
see the color of my pants? Big blue TSU.
Wait, you said you where we think we need to go to?
Yeah, I know.
Or
I'm saying we need to, move on to
pay
TSU.
attention. Move on from it.
Move on to TSU. How like how we?
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause you know how I just said how we started
Where
from.
do you want to start? Because we still got the last what you call it, the. Where do you want to start, bro?
Yeah, I think we'll save that one for last. But
Yeah.
yes,
With TSU.
TSU. What's up, guys? No AC.
Why? I
No.
don't know. Like I said, all the
I
problems.
understand the internet situation. I
Yeah.
understand, but no AC, bro.
Yeah.
I'm literally burning up in my room.
And my astronomy teacher explained it to me like that big building at the back where the smoke comes out. Like they run water through the buildings to
Hmm.
cool it down or heat it up. I forgot how he said it works, but like when it's hot outside, it's super 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 hot,
Yeah,
and then when it's cold
cold is
outside,
super super cold.
it's super super super. Yeah, I forgot, or maybe I don't know, but something they turned it off. I can't remember, but I don't know. It's just a lot of dysfunctional things going on. And like I told you last night, we could go on and on about the
We go on.
dysfunction, but especially in like administration or the academic sphere,
Yeah,
or like the way that stuff is handled.
go ahead. Start
I,
off with that.
I truly believe it's a culture. Like if we look at a lot of the problems, yes, we know they're structural. Yes, we know a lot of it has to come from the top down, but a lot of it is just cultural. Like teachers, I mean, just like staff not coming to work on Fridays or leaving super, super early on Fridays, knowing that if you have to get something done, don't go on a Friday because they're probably not going to be there. Like, it's crazy. Stuff
It's
like
it's just crazy.
teachers being like with the midterm stuff. We had to take a midterm when the school said, hey, push back midterms. And I had to take a midterm before I left on Thursday. He made us take it. I couldn't study for it. He said, well, I had to do it.
And my English professor isn't pushing it back either.
It's crazy. Or like not
So the
putting stuff.
school said, I didn't know that. So the
Yeah.
school
The
said to
school
push
said,
back
push
mid.
back the midterms. And he said, well, it's out of my hands. The department chair is doing this or that. And I don't, and listen, I'm not playing the blame. I don't know whose fault it is, but there's a miscommunication going on here.
Let me
And
pull up his
there's
email.
no follow up with the teachers. Like with the, what was I about to say?
I'm glad to see that many of you were able to submit your papers in
Uh-huh.
response to eLearn. I know I know some of you haven't submitted your papers or the response because of the issues with the Wi-Fi and
Right.
eLearn. Also, for those of you who email me about your papers, make sure to submit your papers to eLearn. I am unable to grade.
Uh,
Wait, hold on. Some students have asked me if the due date for the paper will be moved
yeah,
to the university's new midterm date.
right,
The answer to that question is no.
right. So it's like now we
Why?
got teachers
She was like,
defying.
she said, remember, we have been working on. So just because, so you think you're bigger than the school?
Yeah, but see, there's no follow. There's no accountability. Like they don't have to really answer to somebody unless it's a huge problem. And I'm not saying this is exclusively a TSU problem. I'm sure this happens at other universities, but I'm not comparing myself to other universities. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to do something about this.
It, something's got to
There's
change,
something.
bro.
It's got to change,
It's frustrating. It's
man.
very frustrating.
It's it's extremely frustrating.
To
We'll
get
see. But
something done, you have to go to 5 different avenues.
5 different people, and sometimes you got to give an attitude or make a scene.
Yeah, to
It's
get
like,
noticed.
my God, you got a financial aid problem. They'll send you to bursar. You go to bursar, they send you back to financial aid. Then they'll send you to your advisor. I was like, bro, I don't got
Do with this.
like, man,
It's frustrating, bro.
trying to get my IB score sent. I mean, it's crazy, man, with the whole TSU thing. But like I said, a lot of it is culture. Like stuff is just not being enforced. It's not being pushed. Everything is willy nilly. We'll get to. It's
It's
insane, man. It's
it's always the
insane.
runaround.
It's always the runaround. And I think we'll have to go more into depth with this. I mean, even the comptroller report mismanaging funds, offering scholarships to kids who didn't meet the GPA requirement because the school said that's a lie. But I'm telling y'all, from what we've seen, it's not a
Ah,
lie. It's not. It's not a
are you a
lie.
shiesty man?
Shiesty mass. I don't go to class.
What? Full
Like,
ride?
come on, bro.
Come on,
You
bro.
come out of high school with a 4.0 and you're paying for school, can't afford to stay in school.
That's insane. That's insane.
I'm gonna keep it short. TSU had the money and had the opportunity to do something great, to do something unprecedented, something that we've never seen before, like really turn us into a creme de la creme
Yeah.
level HBCU, and they squandered it. And they squandered it. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I really don't know what's going on at the highest level, bro. I really do not know what is going on at the highest level.
Man,
I don't know,
I
and I
don't
can't
understand.
tell. Like, if you really sit here, and I'm not being negative because I know I complain a lot about TSU, something I got to work on. But if you really sit me down and say, Zion, leave your emotions out of it, be as un not unbiased, but leave your emotions out of it.
Yeah.
Give me a real answer, Zion. What is something you actually enjoy about TSU? And I will look you in your face and I will tell you my favorite part about TSU. The one thing I enjoy about TSU is the band.
The band is
The
fire.
band. Band is fire. Shout out to the band.
Two-time Grammys
Grammy,
though.
yeah, Grammy award winner.
Ah, messed up, messed up.
Gotta have that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
for the band, bro. But I
Nah,
mean,
that's
like,
crazy.
I couldn't tell you the calf. I couldn't tell you.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes Kev do be in.
You ever been to a college calf other than TSU?
No.
There you go. You have nothing to compare it to.
Uh,
I went to FAM's calf
where you go to film?
on a visit. We're not going to compare PWIs. Let's not even care. But I went to FAM's calf. Even when I went to Bethune Cookman's calf,
Bethune's? Pretty good.
it was bad compared to the other calves we went to. But
Okay.
now that I'm comparing Bethune Cookman to TSU, I'm like, oh my god,
So
just
who went the
even
best one, fam?
options out of the HBCUs. How many? What HBCUs it was FAM? I haven't been to enough HBCUs to compare it to. If I'm saying all the schools I went to, UGA,
Morehouse is pretty good.
I believe it.
I went there my sophomore year
Uh-huh.
to go visit. I stayed with my cousin for like a few days.
I'm taking a visit to Tech on Friday.
Tech?
Yeah, with my friend. I know they stuff gonna be. You know, I got a slutty vegan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're getting a slim. No, who's getting a slim Huskies?
Morehouse is getting some
Morehouse is
Huskies.
getting a slim Huskies. And again, you can't tell me there's not a problem with administration with that because the guys, people don't know this, the guys who started Slim Huskies, they went to TSU. You can't tell me they didn't make that proposition
And
or there wasn't a conversation there.
nah,
I mean, maybe
definitely
there
had.
wasn't. And if there wasn't, I'm sorry, but you can't tell me.
Then didn't they visit the school at the first week?
Yeah, we got a picture with
We got
them.
a picture
We're
with
gonna put that picture up when we go back and edit. We're gonna put the picture up. We got a picture with these guys.
yeah.
It's
It's funny.
crazy.
I'm the one who actually we was talking about it,
Mhm.
but let's just go down there.
Yeah, let's go down there. I'm
Yeah,
like, shoot, all right, let's do it.
let's do it.
Mhm.
That's one thing. Actually,
Mhm.
what's that noise? Oh, am I tripping?
No, you definitely hear. What is that noise?
Yeah, put that down. That's yours.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The little line.
Yeah, but I don't know what that was.
Nah, one thing that I can say
Uh,
college has definitely helped me with
right.
is seeing an opportunity and
Uh,
literally grabbing it.
yeah.
Like
Mm,
that picture.
yeah.
It's
Right.
a few examples. It was
No cap. Finesse 2 times.
all of those.
Yeah.
Like it's just been crazy. Like that
Talk
picture.
about that. Talk about taking opportunities and jumping. Talk about that.
That's one thing I
Hmm.
can really talk to you guys about.
Right.
I've always been the type to okay, yeah, I know I gotta get out there, especially with my music. I gotta get out there, man. I
Hmm.
gotta just be there. I gotta go.
Right.
But I've done that in the beginning. I'm in the setting.
Right.
I'm just not doing anything. I'm thinking
Hmm.
they're supposed to come to me.
Right.
No, bro. You gotta go and
Facts.
seize that shit. You gotta
Hmm.
go there and
Yeah.
grab it.
Right.
I got to TSU and I felt like cause okay, I like college, but personally, I'd rather be doing something else.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna utilize college as I'm gonna put college
Right.
have it in my toolbox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can never go
It
wrong
can
with what
only
it can
benefit
only
you,
benefit. You know what
and
I'm
it gives you
saying?
time.
Time,
Right.
exactly time. And so
Facts.
that's why I'm there.
Like.
And but when I put myself in this mindset, okay, I gotta get myself out.
Mhm.
I put myself in this treacherous mindset.
Right.
I gotta get out the trenches. I gotta get out of here. I gotta
Right.
get out of here.
Uh-huh.
So I don't want to be there. I'd rather
Right.
be in a high rise
Right.
making beats, doing what I love.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I know it takes hard work to get there.
Mhm.
So I put myself. That's why I'm majority of the time I'm in my room just cooking.
Mhm.
I'm in my room. I'm just making beats. I'm just in there. I'm just working. And so whenever there's an opportunity, I just gotta go grab it.
Right.
So for example, it was. I have a lot of examples like that. I'm trying to think of the best one.
Mhm.
I want to say Finesse Two Time most recently.
Yeah.
So Finesse Two Time came to our school.
Right.
He came to the basketball game before he had a concert at the other gym.
Yeah.
Came to the basketball game. I see. I'm like, yo, who is that
Uh-huh.
coming in 10 deep on the floor? I'm like, yo, and I look at, oh,
Shout out
okay.
to Finesse two
Shout
times.
out to Finesse Two Time, brother Hard.
Uh,
Oh man, open those beats, man. Come on, bro.
open up that pack.
Open up that
Open up
pack,
that
brother.
pack,
But I see him and I tell my brother Sin, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go down there. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, bet. And I think you see me, you said
Yeah.
I didn't see you though.
Yeah, I was understanding.
And I walk myself down there
Mhm.
and I walk up to him, but I got stopped
Right.
by his peoples. Well, that's how I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I got stopped like, yo, I got beats for him. I'm a college student, I got beats. Da,
Right.
da, da, da. I'm advertising myself,
Yeah.
right? And I shake his hand, you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
what's up? Because he knows a few people that I know.
Right.
And yeah, that was it. If I just didn't, I mean, I don't know if anything would happen from that
Uh-huh.
interaction,
Yeah.
but all that I feel like that's
It's
just
a law of
letting up,
averages.
huh?
It's a law of averages.
Yeah,
It's teaching you how to speak. It's teaching you
it's
how to present yourself.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
You
all
lesson
good
hers.
practice.
Yeah, I mean,
You just
shoot. I don't
you
even
just
want to be
gotta
in
do
school.
that, bro. Especially with everything like
Facts.
networking
You
in
gotta jump.
general. Gotta do that.
Gotta jump.
Gotta jump, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't want to be in school, but honestly, for
Mhm.
what I want to do with my life, I really don't need school. But it
Honestly,
gives me time,
it gives you time to
and
think.
I can build a plan from it. Like honestly, I just want to buy and sell property. I want to buy. I want to come out of school, which again, I don't need school for. But once I get enough money, buy and sell property. From there, I want to have a property management company. From there, I want to become a real estate developer. Like, and I don't need school for that.
At
But like I
all.
said, I mean, it gives you time. You meet people, you network, right? And life isn't as hard on you when you're in college. Like our friends who went to college, life is hitting them in the face,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, all right, you ain't in school. If you don't have a plan, you're going straight to the workforce until you can figure it out. You're an adult.
And then
So
even when you're there, it's still hard to
yeah,
like kind of figure it out
facts.
while you're still there.
And it's lonely, bruh.
It's real lonely.
Like you got friends in college. You know what I'm saying? Even as far as like meeting like girls, for instance. It's
Yeah,
like because I'm not in a place where
just easily
exactly.
accessible.
Yeah,
Got
it's
club
lonely,
and
right?
gotta spend $100 to get a
Yeah,
conversation.
in the club, right? I'm gonna have to go to the club because you got to try it, but I don't really think it's the same.
I ain't gonna lie, the club scene now, bro, is kind of dead, man. If you don't got a section, bro,
Yeah,
ain't no point of you going, man.
definitely heard people who came up in Atlanta like 2000s. That was their thing. Club culture not the same. The
It's
strip
not,
culture not the same.
it's not the same,
She
man,
said the strip culture is not the same,
and it
bro.
sucks.
Hmm.
Cause when I was a kid, I always looked forward to it.
Right.
Mama going to the club, I'm like, damn, I can't, I want to go,
That's the most Atlanta shit
man.
I've ever heard in my life.
Mama going to the club, I want, you know what I'm saying? I look
Oh
forward to
my
that shit, man.
god, bro.
Now I can't really enjoy it.
Right.
I gotta spend like $400 to get a
Right.
bottle. You know what I'm saying?
It's the
I'm,
image,
it's
bro.
the image, bro.
And then I heard one
Who y'all trying
stripper.
to impress, bro?
I can't remember her name. Because she was spitting. She was spitting fast. She used to be a big stripper in Atlanta.
Mm.
She was talking about how all the hustlers used to come in there. She was saying strip culture isn't the same. A lot of it is because the ladies don't leave nothing to imagination no more. Why would I go pay to go get a dance with this and a stripper when I can go on Instagram and find a girl butt naked
Butt
for
ass
the
naked.
free ski OnlyFans for the you know what I'm saying? They don't leave nothing to imagination. That's neither here nor there because I've never been to a strip club, but I'm just regurgitating what I heard her say.
Yeah, facts.
That brings me to my next thing. Because we're on the topic of women. Oh, there it is again. Okay, it's gone. Emotional intelligence, man.
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. Where do we start with it?
Where do we start? I'm gonna just start by saying every a man needs to have emotional
A
intelligence.
man who isn't emotionally intelligent is a liability.
It's a
You're a
liability, bro.
liability and it's a ticking time bomb,
Tick.
which is
Oh my
why
god.
this whole culture where we're teaching men to be soft and wear their emotions on their sleeve is dangerous. It's dangerous. You trying to you trying to make men these
Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
Before we get too deep
yeah,
into emotional intelligence,
yeah.
how do you feel about women calling men sassy? Like if a brother speaks up for himself, oh you sassy.
I think that this goes both ways. On one end, I think a lot our generation is kind of sassy.
Yeah.
I think we are kind of sassy. Um, but it's not our fault. It's kind of this thing with the internet and feminism, and,
Mm.
right? But then on the other side, I think it's weird. It's almost I feel like women are trying to turn men into something that they wouldn't date. You want men to be soft and wear their emotions on your sleeve and cry. But when a man does that, then it's you ugh. It's something and I'm not I think it's something that's
I don't know what the hell
yeah,
it is.
it's something that's it's biological. It's something that
Yeah.
we can't control. Just like when you find out your girl has a lot of body, like why men don't like
Hmm.
you ask a woman about her history and she tells you and it's something inside of you that makes you
I don't want
it's
to deal with that.
biological. Same thing with women. Once they see like certain things of weakness in a man, I think
Hmm.
it's something. But I don't blame. I think it's something biological in them that makes them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it goes both ways. I think we kind of are a little sassy, but I think that again, it's for a reason.
It's for a reason.
But I mean, like even back to what I was saying, like an emotionally intelligent man is a liability, and he's dangerous, right? I mean,
Hmm.
you look at men who are out here killing people, right, in the streets,
Hmm.
right? They're emotional men. You look at men who engage in behaviors like you're beating on your wife. You're not emotionally intelligent. You're not, you know what I'm saying?
There's
You're
something
not in
wrong.
control. You
There's something not clicking.
it's not clicking. Men who rape,
Yeah, facts.
men who rape. These are emotionally unintelligent guys. Dictator, like guys like Hitler. He's emotionally unintelligent. He's emotionally unstable. He's an emotional man. When you teach men to be emotional, it's dangerous. You have to raise your boys to have a level of stoicism, a level of discipline, and a level of, hey, I cannot react off how I feel. Cause that's
It's
dangerous, bruh.
very dangerous.
It's dangerous, bruh.
When I have my children,
Mhm.
especially my son,
Yeah.
I definitely gotta teach him how to properly handle certain situations.
Thanks.
Because I feel like people now they grow up and their parents aren't really telling them,
Facts.
"Hey, you cannot do that."
Like, and don't get me wrong, I think society wants to move in the right direction,
Yeah,
but
facts.
you got to understand, people back in the day did things for a reason,
Hmm.
and the way that we're just like, excuse my language, but the way we're shitting on like how things were done in the traditional sense of things is really messing us up. Like, do I believe in a thing? Men don't cry. No.
No,
But why did they say that? You can't cry when you come across a problem. Your first reaction is to cry.
cry. You
Cause then
gotta,
people ain't gonna respect you. They
and
say
not.
they will. No, they're not. Men ain't gonna respect you,
I
and
think that
women
just
ain't
goes to
gonna respect you.
that whole pushing the whole agenda with men
It's the
being.
whole agenda.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's insane. The higher ups, bro, they're working their ass off.
Demoralization with this. Oh my god. In the West, it's insane. And of course, emotional intelligence. It's crazy, man. It's
You feel like you're
insane.
an emotional intelligent man?
I think that for the most part, yes, but I'm aware. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've held up this ultimate poison and that I've made it to where I should be, but I'm aware of it and I get
Definitely
better
aware.
at it every day. Right.
That
And
I
I
feel
know
the
how
same way.
important it is. And that's just half the battle is being aware of it. Right.
And I feel like as we get older and
Hmm.
we deal with more women,
Facts.
be in more relationships, like
Hmm.
the relationship I'm in right now,
Hmm.
is definitely teaching me a lot about myself.
Right.
Because just going back to what you were saying, it's
Hmm.
just you grow, you learn,
Right.
you live and you learn,
You live, you learn. Yeah.
essentially.
But this is why we need fathers in the household. You need fathers in the household.
And then the fact that society is pushing that, like,
You can do it on your own. Do it by my. No, you
it's
can't. Nobody
it's
can do it alone.
it's very detrimental.
Or like raise your sons and the daughters the same. No.
No,
Men
hell
and
no.
women deal with different things in life and they have different responsibilities in life. Right? Right. They go through different things. They're different biologically, they're different psychologically. They look at things different. We can go on and on and on. Right. If you're raising them to be the same, it's gonna become an issue.
Huge issue.
It's like these are things that everybody should know. It's like logic isn't respected anymore. It's like the world we live in now, it's all about how you feel. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, make sure you talking to the mic
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't.
because you was just talking.
I was just talking. Hopefully that doesn't show up bad on the recording.
Nah, I think we should be straight.
It
These are
should be
pretty
fine.
good. These are pretty good mics.
Yeah. And I fixed the thing with the
The little
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I wonder if we take these off, does it make them more sensitive? I think it does.
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Or back it up, back it up, back it up,
Back
back
it
it
up.
up.
Back it
Not
up.
not
Back it.
really. Not really. But yeah, emotional intelligence. I think that's big, bro. Two emotionally intelligent people. I mean, and this goes back to what black people deem success as,
Yeah.
right? Like you talk to some of our sisters, right?
Mm.
Who, cause my mom, I have a single mom, right? Like my parents, they got divorced when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look
Same.
at if you talk to some of our women who have this argument, right? Well, I can do it on myself. I can still raise a successful. I'm not denying it. I'm not saying that you're not a good mom,
But a boy,
but like
a son needs
you need that, right?
it
I mean,
needs
both parents. I think
yeah,
both
facts.
men and women. But my point was, it's like, what is the criteria for a successful person? What, you just make a lot of money?
You
What,
gotta
you
be right.
graduate college? Is that what we're deeming as success?
You gotta be right in the brain.
Okay, you graduate college, but you don't have any conflict resolution skills. You're not emotionally intelligent. You don't know how
That's
to
what I
treat a
mean when I
woman.
say right in the brain.
Right, right in the brain. You don't know how to treat a woman. Right. You want to sit when your girl
Only
gets mad. You gonna sit there.
school and education is just half the
It,
battle.
yeah, it's
Half the
crazy.
battle.
It starts in the household. So it's like, what are we deeming as successful? Okay, he's not in prison, graduate college, and they have a job. Okay, yeah, that's just being a productive member of society. But with the things that matters of the heart or matters in the head that really matter, I mean, like you're deficient because you didn't have both parents. The statistics are there, but it's kind of like people. We've completely been demoralized. And we throw all logic out the window. Like I don't know, man. Oh, and before we end the episode, read, 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 read. One thing we're not doing enough is reading. Started
Mm.
started reading last summer when my uncle drilled it in my head. That's half the battle. You're ahead. Book we got right here. I know y'all can't see it because of the glare. The autobiography of Malcolm X. That is called this. I don't know when I'm gonna finish it, so I can't say book of the month or book of the week. But this is the book as of now.
Let me see.
That's the book as of now. Malcolm X. Oh man, he was he was something, bro. He was brilliant.
Did you agree with Malcolm X or Martin Luther King more?
I think actually that's a diversion. I think that I think that everybody's flawed, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And I think MLK did a lot of important things. I really don't like when people shit on MLK.
Yeah.
I
Facts.
don't like that. This whole narrative is ridiculous and it's divisive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have two different versions of Malcolm. I think you have early Malcolm, Nation of Islam, and then I think you have that part of Malcolm where he's making a transition and he separates himself from Elijah Muhammad and he actually goes on his pilgrimage to Mecca. I think those are different Malcolms, and I think you have different Martins. You have Martin who was social justice, and everybody needs to read a book called Powernomics by Claude Anderson. He breaks it down. Every black person needs to read that book, Powernomics, right? It's kind of, and I'm trying to explain this in the best way possible. But we were never fully integrated. We were only socially integrated, but we weren't economically integrated. The
Mm-hmm.
problem isn't it's a problem, but the
Oh
issue isn't
wow.
white people calling you the N word,
That's
right?
crazy.
That's white people.
W-
You know what I'm saying? The
We were
issue,
definitely
right?
socially
We were
integrated,
socially, but never economically.
economically.
The wealth wasn't distributed, right?
Wow.
So
I never thought about
Malcolm
it
was
like that.
trying to say, hey, it's a wealth issue, right? It's a wealth and it's an economic issue. It's not social, right? The social is only like 10% of it. And a lot of people say Malcolm MLK was starting to pivot because towards the end, before he died, he was starting to pivot towards more economic and political issues.
That's why I took him
And
out.
and I think that's me personally. That's when I believe they took him out,
Mm.
right? I mean, and if you look at one of his last speeches, he says, "I hope I didn't lead my people into a burning house," right? If you look at if you look at our communities before integration, they were way better off, which is why I say you hear me say
Damn.
all the time.
So he
Yeah,
realized what
you
happened.
realize what happened. Yeah, I mean,
Sad
think
man.
about it. Why would you go let the oppressor educate your children? Why are we fighting to go be able to marry? I'm not gonna say that. Wait till we get more established to say that, right? Because I get in my bag and I get real militant, which you really should be once you understand what's happening to us in America. If you aren't, it's a problem,
It's a
right?
big problem.
But like, why are you trying to go? We had our own communities here, and this is what Dr. Claude Anderson was talking about. He came from a place called Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Guy's like 80 something years old,
Mhm.
so he grew up during this time, and he said they came to Winston Salem during the bus boycotts and said, "All right, we want to go ride the white buses." And he was like, "Hey, we don't have any white buses. We have our own black bus line. Why do y'all want to go ride the white bus line?" And this goes back to slavery. No matter how intelligent we are or how whatever degree or PhD we have, our subconscious is broken. Why do we still value white validation so much? Prime example, the Grammys. Y'all get on here and complain about these award shows. Every single, oh, they don't have any black, they don't have it. Go start your own damn award show. Why are you expecting white people to give you what you deserve? They've never done that. In the 400 years they've never done that. Why do
Never.
y'all keep expecting white folks to give y'all flowers when they have made it a point to tell you no? And they're not going to do it. Go start your own award show, man. One that we actually own. BET doesn't count. They sold that years ago.
They sold BET.
Bro, BET's been so I think they sold BET in like the late 90s.
What?
BET is not black owned. It's owned by white folks.
Wow.
You know what the first thing they did? And we're kind of well, we'll cut it. We'll cut it soon.
Yeah. I actually
But
do
you know
gotta go
one
to.
the first thing he did? Oh, cut it. First thing he did, and I want people to know how important this is. First thing he did when white folks did when they acquired BET. I can't remember which network did. BET had a news. They had a news segment, right?
Mhm.
So you have black people um, disseminating their own narratives about what they want to hear and what's important to them. First thing they did was they scraped the black lady off the news segment. They got rid of the news segment, right? That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Whoever controls the media controls people,
Yeah.
right? And there are no real black owned media stations that people. So they're controlling our own narrative. They're controlling what we see. If I can control what you see, I can control you. They already control our environment. They already control what we think. You know what I'm saying? So media stations are important, man. Black media is very important. It's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough, but I don't know. I think we definitely covered all the base. But every black person needs to read this book.
I'm about to go buy that.
You need to
Yeah.
read The Miseducation of the Negro. You need to go read Powernomics. I would say this is my big 3 so far. Autobiography of Malcolm X, Powernomics, The Miseducation of the Negro. And after this, I think my next one is gonna be some James Baldwin literature because he was brilliant. Oh man, enough people don't know who James Baldwin is. But Capital Culture,
Capital Culture, man. Episode
episode
1.
1. It's the start of something big,
Started something huge.
huge. This is the beginning. Um, Thank you for watching, man. I really appreciate it.
It's all love,
Go click that subscribe button. By the time we post this, it probably won't be edited and all fancy, but we're getting there. We're growing. We're
man.
growing. So
Growing, man.
grow with us. That's the thing. That's the word. Grow with us.
Grow.
Grow with us, man.
Bridge the gap, man.
Bridge the gap. Capital Culture.
Capital
We're
Culture, man.
bridging the
Double
gap.
C's, man.
Double C's. We gotta throw some up, but I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. We got to come up with something else.
We gotta
We
come
got
up
to
with
switch
something
it up.
else.
They kind of messed that up.
They definitely messed that up.
But subscribe, subscribe,
Ja Morant.
subscribe.
Sorry, Ja.
No way.
It's all love, man.
No way.
It's all love.
Thank you. That's it.
That's it.